Christian Bale shines, but with an old-fashioned format and a brand new distributor, it's an uphill climb for Hostiles. One day on the set of his 2013 thriller Out of the Furnace, writer-director Scott Cooper asked Sam Shepard about his relationship to the Academy. Shepard, who had won a Pulitzer, 10 Obis, and a Penn Award, never won an Oscar. Sam said, "You know, I just don't think they dig my shit." Cooper recalled speaking to Vanity Fair earlier this week. "And I get what he means. I kind of feel the same way." Cooper's latest movie, Hostiles, is the kind of film the Academy ought to dig, an elegantly crafted western with subtle performances by Christian Bale, Wes Studi, and Rosamund Pike as travelers on a brutal journey through the Rockies in 1892. With a pointed look at the dark history of the American West, stunning location cinematography by Masanobu Takayanagi shot under harsh conditions, and a cast stacked with gifted actors, including many Native Americans, Hostiles would seem like a perfect movie for Oscar voters. The question is whether many have seen it. After premiering to strong reviews at the Telluride Film Festival in September, Cooper's epic took time to find a home. Financed at $39 million by producer Ken Kao, the movie is neither a thrifty indie, nor a massive tentpole, making securing a distribution deal more arduous. At $39 million, it's an expensive film. Cooper said, "Had I made it for $20 million, it would have been a completely different story. That's not the way that I wanted to shoot it. It's quite expensive to get a lot of horses and actors and crew and equipment to inhospitable places." In October, awards season newcomer Byron Allen closed a deal to distribute Hostiles through his entertainment studios, marking the company's first foray into the world of Oscar screeners, Guild Awards deadlines, and critics groups courting. Hostiles opened a few days before Christmas, opposite heavy hitters aiming for the same audience like The Post and Phantom Thread, and other awards movies already in theaters like Darkest Hour and The Shape of Water. It will expand to wide release January 19th. "I can't say enough positive things about Byron," Cooper said, when asked about the strategy. "Spent a great deal of money, his personal money, to buy the film. He believes in the film wholeheartedly. He's just starting to put together his infrastructure, and after we sold the film in Toronto, it took some time to close the deal. We didn't really have the amount of time to mount a campaign that certainly Byron would have liked, or people who worked on the film would have liked. It's a little bit like the Los Angeles Rams, where we down 26-13 on a slippery field in the fourth quarter, but were trying to mount a comeback, with Oscar voting scheduled to end at 5 p.m. Friday. There's no question the clock is ticking." In addition to being Allen's first awards movie, Hostiles had another hurdle to overcome. Bale, the movie's biggest star and an Oscar winner who delivers one of his strongest performances in it, was not available for press in the fall, as he was filming Adam McKay's Dick Cheney biopic, a role that required hours of makeup and prosthetics, as well as a significant weight gain. The film also has a challenging first 10 minutes, with a brutal death scene that may not make it an easy watch for someone popping in a screamer after a long day on a set. Hostiles certainly has its passionate industry fans, however, including Jerry Bruckheimer, who will host a screening at his home Thursday night. Among its enthusiasts in the Academy, which include Cooper's Crazy Heart star Jeff Bridges, there is a movement to coalesce that support around a nomination for Bale. And the filmmakers have worked hard to target a different audience, Native Americans, holding screenings at California's American Indian, Rick West, and in Billings, Montana, for the Northern Cheyenne Chief. With Hostiles now mostly rolled out, Cooper will turn next to two wildly different projects. He has just finished a first draft of Hellhound, a script about the manhunt to bring Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassin James Earl Ray to justice, told through the point of view of Attorney General Ramsey Clark. It's a story with a particular personal resonance. Cooper, who was born in Virginia, was at his grandfather's farm in Tennessee at age 9 when he was awakened one night by the sound of the family hound dogs barking and the sight of police car lights in the driveway. 6 men had escaped from a nearby state prison and were hiding on the property, and one of the men was Ray. Cooper was working on Hellhound last summer when a white nationalist rally in Charlotte, Virginia turned violent. It was heartbreaking, Cooper said, of the rally. It was demoralizing. It was infuriating. As a Virginian, I've never been more disgraced, more distraught, and I feel like it's more important than ever to tell that story. He's also scheduled to direct Antlers for Fox Searchlight, a project Guillermo del Toro will be producing based on the short story The Quiet Boy by Nick Antosca. I call it my elevated Appalachian horror movie. Cooper said. I've always wanted to make my version of The Exorcist to The Shining. As Hostiles approaches its wide release, Cooper is hopeful about the movie's prospects, but mostly grateful that he got to make it at all. How often do you get to stand on the spine of the Continental Divide and have a camera at 12,000 feet above seawater shooting some of the best actors who ever lived, and horses and material that's very personal to you and that speaks to a certain relevance to today, Cooper said. It was a real privilege.